Welcome to the Naresh Technology, guys. So today we are discussing about one of the lead code question, right? So in the previous class we have discussed about the two sum problem about the lead code question, and we try to solve that question by using brute force way. Say we have a similar kind of question now. We have to count the pair whose sum is less than the target elements, right? So this is also the one of the lead code question. Same approach we are going to follow. Okay. For example, suppose we have a list. In that list you have an element like this, right? This is the element, right? And now the question is you have to find out they will give you the target. Suppose the target is 6, right? And what output I want? I want that how many pairs are there whose sum is lesser than the target sum, right? So if you check here 1 plus 2, it's a first pair, right? So 1 comma 2 is the first pair. Then if you see 2 comma 4 is a pair, right? Then if you see here, because see 2 comma 4 will not become a pair, right? So 2 comma 3 will become a pair, right? Like that. So we have to find out the total number of pair whose sum is less than or equals to the target sum. So generally we will use the brute force approach. Same way we are taking this I and this j. Wherever I will find out, my condition is what? Suppose I am writing, I will iterate the loop for I from the starting position here. Okay, so I in a range of, I will start from 0 to len of lst, correct? Now I will take another pointer j which is pointing to the next element, which is a nested loop. Right? I will start here from j in a range of, now j value is the next value to the I. So this value is 0, so this value will become 1. So for I value 0, I have to take j value as I plus 1. So here I will take I plus 1 comma len of lst, right? Now what should I need to check here? I will check here if lst of I plus lst of j is lesser than the target. If this is the scenario, I will count the sum. Count plus equals to 1. So I have to declare one variable as a count and it will return me the count. Correct? Fine. So this is the approach generally. So what will happen? It will start with the I. It is comparing with the next value 2, right? So we know that 1 plus 2 is 3, which is lesser than. So let me show you some scenario. Suppose you have a I value, which is lst of I. lst of I equals to, if you take here 1, and lst of j, you are keeping I value as a 1 and you are iterating through j entire list, right? So lst of j is here 2. Now in this case you have a lst of I plus lst of j, which is 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3 is lesser than the 6, then I will increase the count to 1. Now second, for same I value equals to 0, I will check the lst of j now again. So what is lst of j again? It will be a 4. Now if you add 1 plus 4, again it will give you the 5, and which is lesser than the 6. Again my count will become 2. Same way I will go to the next element. I have a 6 here, right? So if I add 1 plus 6, it is giving me 7, which is a bigger than the target sum. So we don't have to consider it. What is the next? If the next element is 3, so what should I do? I will compare this 1 plus 3, it's a 4. The sum is lesser than the target sum. That's why our count will increase to 3 here. So C equals to 3 in this case. Now what will happen? Now j iterate the entire list. Now again I value will become 1. Now I value will become 1 means what is the next step? What will happen? So I equals to 1. Now lst of I will become a 2. lst of I will become a 2. Now for this 2, now again you have to iterate, because if lst of I will become 2 means j will become 4, correct? So again I will start iterating. So 2 plus 4 is 6, which is lesser than the target sum. Again you will go 2 plus 3, which is a 5, which is lesser than the target sum. Again you will increase the count, and you have to continue this process, right? So let me code it fast. So first of all, I will define a function, है ना? So I will write that target sum less count. This will give me my function name, and I will pass here LST, correct? And I need to pass the target, correct? These two things I will pass here. Then I have to take one variable which is a count, because every time I need to increase the count. So I will take for I in a range from 0 to len of LST, right? And for j in a range of I plus 1 comma len of LST. This is the common loop we require, right? Fine. Now what is the next step? If LST of I plus LST of j is lesser than the target, if this is the scenario, I will increase my count, which is count plus equals to 1, correct? Now what is the next step? Once for each element, it is increasing the count wherever the target sum is getting less. Now in this case, I will return the count, right? Okay, I will take the same example to dry run it. Okay, see here. So this is the same list I am taking and same target I am taking. So I will take these two things and I will paste here. Now we need to call the function. So I will call the function print. I will pass this two argument, which is a list and the target, right? Now if I run it, I will get the answer as 4. Because there are total pair. If you go in our tracing, here in the first case we got first count increase, then second count, then third count. Once I value will become 1, means I value LST of I will become 2, LST of j will become 4, right? So 2 plus 4, no chance, then 2 plus 6, no chance, then 2 plus 3, which is a 5, which is lesser than 6, again will increase the count. So count will become now 4, correct? In the next scenario, again it will iterate 2 comma 7, the sum is getting greater than 6, so that's why it will not be considered. In the next iteration, my I value, LST of I will become 4 and LST of j will become 6. Again if you see here, 4 plus 6 is greater than 6, again 4 plus 3 is greater than 6, again 4 plus 7 is greater than 6, right? In the next iteration, again LST of I will become 6 and LST of j will become 3. Again it will check 6 plus 3 is 9, which is greater than 6. Again it will check 6 plus 7, which is a 13, it is also greater than 6. So there will not be any chance of increasing the counter. Now in the last step, your LST of I will become 3 and LST of j will become 7. Again you will compare this one, 3 plus 7 is 10, again it is greater than the 6. So this is the way we are iterating the entire list with the help of two pointer, which is I and j. So now we'll analyze the time complexity here. If you see this code, how much total time it is taking, correct? So how much total time is taking? So I'm considering that the time equals to total time equals to t of n. This is the total time, okay. Now how many times this loop is getting executed? Maximum number of comparison. So I'm considering here n comparison. This is the I plus 1, means I am doing n minus 1 comparison, right? How many times this condition is getting checked? Whenever the j value is satisfying the condition. So approximately I am considering it as the n minus 1 time or n time, right? This is also increase. See, this will increase whenever this condition is true, right? So based on this condition, the counter will increase, right? In our case, the count value is becoming 4, so that's why it is executed 4 times, correct? So if I try to calculate the overall time complexity, it will be n into n minus 1, correct? So if you evaluate this one, you are getting here n square minus n. So asymptotically, you will get order of n square will be the time complexity in this case, correct? Which is a brute force approach. right? Another way is, okay, before moving into another way, we'll try to find out the space complexity. So what will be the space complexity in this case? So we are not taking any extra variable, so you don't require any kind of extra space. So in this case, the space complexity will be order of 1, right? So this is the way to solve this problem by using brute force way, right? So we are getting the time complexity as order of n square and space complexity as order of 1. Okay guys, thank you.